Good Wednesday morning, and thanks for logging on to tdsweather.com. I'm meteorologist Joseph Cooper with your Wednesday weather forecast. Out there this morning, we take a look at radar, and you can see we've got some showers back out across Indiana and out into central portions of Ohio. And as we work through the morning, we're still going to see some showers out there in a lot of these same locations. But as we head on into the afternoon, that activity is going to really diminish. So as we work on into 9 and heading on into 10, 11 a.m. into noon, you can see a lot of that activity out there. Into central and northern portions of Ohio, back out into central and northern portions of Indiana as well. And as we work on into noon and 1 o'clock, you can start to see coverage is starting to decrease, but generally across Ohio and Indiana, we're still seeing some of those scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, while places out into Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan are still dry. There could be a few showers back up into the Detroit area here as we work mid to late morning, but I think coverage looks to be pretty minor there. As we go into 2, 3, 4 p.m., you can see, especially out across Indiana, coverage is becoming much more isolated to widely scattered, mainly from I-70 south. You're still seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms, though, into central and southern portions of Ohio, while the rest of the area remains dry. We continue on into 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Isolated showers still lingering out across southern Indiana, out into central and southern portions of Ohio, and maybe an isolated thunderstorm as well. But as we continue to progress into 9, 10, 11 p.m. this evening on towards midnight, most of this activity through the evening is not only continuing to kind of wind down and become much more isolated, but it's also coming to an end here. And as we work through the overnight hours tonight on past midnight on into tomorrow morning by 6, 7, 8 o'clock Eastern, you can see we're pretty much dry. So, it's going to be Indiana and Ohio today that sees the best chance of rainfall, especially into the central and southern portions of those states where the rest of us are dry. We get into the morning hours tomorrow, headed through 9, 10, 11 a.m., a few showers down towards St. Louis, but the rest of us are dry here as we work through noon, heading into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Maybe by late afternoon, early evening, there's a few showers back up into southern Wisconsin, far northern portions of Illinois, especially northwestern Illinois, where there could be an isolated shower, a thunderstorm late tomorrow afternoon into early tomorrow evening. And as we continue on into 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on Thursday evening, a few isolated showers or an isolated thunderstorm here or there across southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, maybe out even into Indiana and Ohio. But for the most part, Thursday is going to feature a lot of dry time across much of the region here, with not a whole lot in the way of precipitation. But that's going to change tomorrow night into Friday as another upper level wave moves on through, and you can see by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. here on Friday morning that we're seeing rainfall and thunderstorm activity over spreading southern portions of Illinois across much of Indiana. We're seeing isolated activity back out into southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and back into central and southern Ohio by the time we head on into Friday morning. And as we continue through the morning hours into 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m. into noon on Friday, that rainfall continues to spread on across Indiana, but also into the western portions of Ohio. Maybe some isolated showers back up into southern portions of Michigan as well at this point. We're still pretty dry out across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois into the early afternoon here on Friday. And then Friday, as we work on into the afternoon and evening, a lot of us still seeing quite a bit of rainfall. Michigan down into Indiana, Ohio, it's a bit drier still up into northern portions of Illinois and southern Wisconsin. And then as we work Friday night on into Saturday morning, a lot of that rainfall is exiting. Still some showery activity into eastern Indiana and Ohio Saturday morning, and I think we'll see some showers linger on into Saturday afternoon, although coverage should be decreasing through the day on Saturday across Indiana and Ohio. So like I said, we've been talking about this with these upper level waves that continue to move on through. It looks like we're going to stay in a somewhat active pattern, unsettled pattern into the next several days. And we'll probably keep that through the weekend before we start to see more ridging arriving late weekend and more so into next week. Rainfall amounts through Friday evening. You can see that it's really the central and southern Ohio Valley that gets the most rainfall, where you're probably seeing, widespread half-inch to inch of rainfall across central and southern portions of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. And there'll probably be some spots out there under some of the thunderstorms that could see, 2.5 inches inches of rain over the next couple of days. Taking a look at temperatures for today, we're primarily going to be into the upper 60s to mid 70s across the region. And as we head into the daytime or the overnight hours tonight and go into the morning hours tomorrow, you can see cooler across the northern portions of the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes, where they'll be into the 40s to low 50s. Most of us here into the Ohio Valley are going to be into the middle to upper 40s, 60 degrees out towards the St. Louis area overnight. We head into the daytime hours tomorrow. Once again, low to mid 70s for most locations. There will be some upper 70s to near 80 degrees into the far southern portions of the Ohio Valley on Thursday. And then we head into the overnight hours Thursday night to Friday. We'll be into the middle to upper 50s to mid 60s. And then we get into the daytime hours on Friday. Again, low to mid 70s for most locations. And taking a look at the weekend, again, some mid 70s out there for Saturday. And we're warming a bit here on Sunday, as we'll be into the middle to upper 70s to low 80s across the region as we start to see a little bit of upper level ridging starting to build in. That's all I have for you here this morning. Everybody, thanks for logging on.